Coach, third quarter today, Tennessee's comeback felt a little bit like Arkansas's on Thursday. From your perspective, what went differently today that you guys could do?
Yeah, well, I want to start off by saying, I like my team's approach. I like their mentality. We came here to win. We came here to compete, not back down. So I liked our mental approach. I thought the first half, we really showed what we were made of, and we got to continue to learn and grow from that. In the third quarter, Tennessee made a run, which we expected them to do. We've talked about it. We have to be able to answer runs, but I really thought the third quarter we let our offense affect our defense. We gave up some offensive rebounds. We kind of start fouling, not sprinting back in transition, which cost us, but a lot to learn, a lot to grow from. But we didn't lose this one for lack of heart and hustle.
Tanya in the back.
Coach, one of the bright spots today was bench scoring 26 points off the bench. Can you kind of talk about those players that came off the bench and what kind of spark they gave you today?
I thought our bench was big for us. We always say that's an X factor. Challenge them to 20 plus points, 15 plus rebounds. We got to have our bench. I thought Nia Russell came in and made a big difference for us. A bigger guard, her ability to drive downhill to finish. Actually got in the passing lane. I challenged her to fly around defensively, got a steal, was able to lay it up. Sanaya coming off the bench, giving us 10 points and some defensive heat. So to have 4 in double figures is what we've been asking for. Now, in order to take a step forward as a team, we have to be able to hold our defensive intensity for 40 minutes, not just 20.
Kentucky Colonel in the back to Caroline.
This question's for the both of you guys. How big of an impact do you think the crowd's performance had on your team's second half performance?
I didn't really think it had effect on, our performance. I think it was more of just, like Coach said, a lot of fouls. Just keeping the same intensity that we had. I thought everyone did a great job at still trying to play through the crowd. It was loud in the gym, but I don't think it affected us.
Petty, can you kind of speak to the matchup between you and Tamari Key and just Tennessee's overall defensive adjustments in that second half?
Going in, we knew that they was going to sit back in the paint and wait. She's long, she's 6'7", so yeah, she's 6'7". That's all I can say.
That's it.
That's it.
In the back. And then we'll go to you.
Kyra, when Tennessee was struggling in the second quarter, I felt like Jewel Spear, just what she was able to do offensively kind of kept them in the game. Just why do you feel like she was able to be so effective today?
The end of the second quarter specifically, we gave her an open 3, and then she finished the half with laying the ball up. So I thought we gave 5 quick points where she was playing aggressive, and that we didn't finish our defense all the way through, and that's what happened. She's a talented player. Her ability to put the ball in the basket is what she does, and I thought those were 5 crucial points that we needed stops on.
Over here.
Asia, thank you for saying that Tamari is 6'7". She insists that she is 6'6", so you were on the floor with her. We appreciate that. Kyra, of course, it's always good to see you back
Nice to
home.
see you.
Crowd obviously appreciate you being here. Naya, you pretty much had your way in the first half, and you played here. You know that Tennessee can do this at halftime. Just what was that in the back of your mind, or what you sort of broke it down, but just what did Tennessee do to start that third quarter that just flipped that script?
It's always good to be back at Tennessee, our alma mater, a place I love and hold dear to my heart. So it was good to be back here. Obviously, we came here to win, but it was good to be back. I thought the third quarter, we started with giving up offensive rebounds, which is what we talked about at halftime. One thing that I challenged the team with was they're going to come out and try to offensive rebound the ball, which we were boxing out early. Thought we were a little more lax coming out of the third, gave up some easy scoring opportunities, and then lack of transition defense gave them easy scoring opportunities, and then free throws. I'll leave it there, free throws.
Tanya and then Caroline. Did you have another?
Coach, since Mimi's come back from her shoulder injury, she's been very steady, a spark off the bench today. She really seemed to struggle. What's the message to her to get her back on track going into the game on Thursday?
Well, Mimi's a talented player and a player that we are going to need. She did struggle today, but that's part of the course, you know, as you're trying to get back. She's been out of some games and just trying to find her rhythm. But, you know, she's talented. We'll go back to work, watch film with her, and just try to keep her confident. We're going to need her ability to score, play multiple positions. And so the message is just stay confident and play through it. Today wasn't your day, but the next game will be.
Coach, this roster has not yet found its rhythm on the road. What do you attribute that to, and how do you combat that?
Well, I don't know that we hadn't found our rhythm. We found our rhythm in the first half. We got to be able to do it consistently. And so we got to take the small victories of what we learned in the first half and be able to do that consistently in the second half, because we found our rhythm early. So it wasn't that we didn't have it, we didn't sustain it, and that's a difference.
One in the back.
Tennessee obviously has the ability to shoot well from three. They have in some recent games here, but only went 4 of 17 today. Was that a focus for your team today to not let them hurt you from the perimeter?
Well, you know, Tennessee keeps you up late at night because they have an inside out scoring punch, because they can hit threes and their ability to score in the paint. Quite honestly, we were trying to protect the paint first and get in position so we could rebound. If we could force some outside shots, they were going to hit some, but I would rather have the outside shots than them pounding the ball inside, considering that we are undersized. So that was one of the reasons we extended our defense, you know, try to pressure the ball. One of the victories we said coming into the game, if we could get them to start their half-court offense 17 seconds or less, that was a victory for us. Then we were kind of playing our style, and that they just couldn't pound the ball inside. I mean, we're inside as far as size, inch by inch. They're just bigger than us, but we needed to use our defensive intensity and stretch the defense out.
We'll go in the middle, and then if our Kentucky folks don't have any more, we'll call it a day.
Coach, you mentioned, both of y'all mentioned Markey a little bit. How did she change the game in the post tonight? She played a majority of her minutes in the second half.
Size. I mean, she's big. Obviously, she can alter shots, a rim protector, be able to block shots. So some of the drives in the basket against some other people, they might be open, and then you run into 6'6", 6'7", whatever she wants to call herself, big size. And you know, that alters shots, and then to have to battle defensively to get around and have great post position. So it does change the game. But at the end of the day, we got to look at what we did. And we started the game like we wanted to start. We did not finish. That's ball game.
Thank you all. Thanks, Coach.